messy gaze of West Hollywood.
Saying that they wasn't gonna watch the show. This show was a hot ass mess. That they ain't got time for the shenanigans. That they're not watching because of Miss Todrick and all that other good stuff. But being in the media, I had to watch. Now, it's funny how like when I watched the show, they were even aware of the criticism they were getting, which makes me think that after the whole media reports and everything came out, that they decided, oh, let's get Todrick or any of the queens back into the room so they could do their little where they converse and they talk about what's going on with the show, so they could get that in there. So it's like literally they broke the fourth wall a lot of times. It's like, am I watching like a reality TV show version of Deadpool? Like it was just a lot of fourth wall breaking in the show, which took me out and it was kind of annoying. But the girls is mad, first of all, because I recorded this on TikTok and the video. Thank a lot of you for the support over on TikTok. But my videos, especially about this and what's been going on with Drag Race and everything, the numbers have been going through the roof in regards to that. So I thank you all who have been supporting me with these here topics. So for those of you who are not familiar with the show was 6 gay socialites is whatever as they navigate through West Hollywood, a place where some people said they're not even from. They ain't never seen none of these people before. They don't migrate in West Hollywood. When I lived in LA, I actually lived in Silver Lake. Oh yeah, I did come up with the phrase "watch it or chop it," so I'm going to let you know whether or not you should watch the show or chop the show. But when I lived in Silver Lake, which is basically like, if I could estimate, 20 minutes outside of West Hollywood, and I worked in Silver City, and Silver City is literally outside of Beverly Hills. So it's like you have Silver Lake, and then I remember you have like it kind of goes into West Hollywood, and then once you get out of West Hollywood, it goes into Beverly Hills, which then goes into Century City. So it's like literally like you're skipping through. But anyway, we'll get to the clips in a minute, but I just want to set it up. So basically, Rescue was a former star of the Rachel Zoe Project turned solo stylist and Real Housewife impersonator. Shout out to the Daily Beats with this shade, child. Curtis Hamilton, a semi-closeted actor whose biggest credit to date is 4 episodes of Insecure. And shout out for him for getting Issa Rae to make an appearance here. Dorian Renard, who's the CEO and founder of Butter Skin. Todrick Hall, choreographer and internet menace. Joey Zarzig, an influencer who sounds like he has milk trapped in his lungs. His voice did irritate me. And finally, James Vaughn, the husband of the more famous Mean Girls star Jonathan Bennett. And now here's the thing. I felt like it was shade. They were the production. Y'all are shady. Because, first of all, you had cast members who didn't even want to admit to the fact that they wanted to be on it. They were like, oh, I was initially against doing the show. The team about Chris Salvatore, who basically complained about being fired. Well, he wasn't complaining. He revealed that he was fired because they found out that he had an OnlyFans, and he said 3 of the cast members opted not to film with him. Now, if I had a theory, because we're going to bring that up. Actually, one of the clips is when some people on Watch What Happens Live actually asked him about Brad Goreski, because he was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and I think he was on it because association with the Rachel Zoe Project. He had that show, It's a Brad World, that lasted 2 seasons. Yeah, he's still with the husband that wrote on Will and Grace. So he was on there, and I met Brad Goreski like when I did the red carpet for the RuPaul's Drag Race season 15 premiere. So he was there in the little pink suit. Y'all seen the pictures when we did the last show. I showed y'all the red carpet photos. Todrick did not hang out with the cast, even though they were all like trying to act like they're one big happy family, blah blah blah. But he was the only one that didn't show up. Dorian wasn't even there, and I told y'all that he didn't even show up to the red carpet. He didn't show up to promote the show. He was talking a lot of shit about the show. Now, the thing is, the show watchable. The show is a mess. And here's the thing. I know a lot of people say, here's another thing too. Brad in the beginning was basically with a voiceover saying that the show is breaking new ground. Now, they didn't really go further and elaborate on what ground are you actually breaking, because y'all really didn't break no ground. I was like I did a whole TikTok that y'all ran, but before y'all even existed, there was a show called The A-List. The A-List New York, The A-List, and then there was one in, I think, what was it, in Texas, Austin, Texas. So you are not the first show to break anything. I mean, yeah, y'all was on MTV, but y'all weren't the first show to break like ground in regards of gay reality shows. And quiet as it's kept, I cannot reiterate this enough. There are so many, like I remember I was talking earlier, I think Robert said this, who's in the comments, by the way. He said that nobody wants to see a show about gay men in this type of habitat. And I was like, I disagree. I do think that there is an audience for it, but it needs to be authentic. It needs to feel like people who are actually doing stuff. And to me, the only people on this show that had real shit to talk about that I could relate to was Dorian, who when he went to Joey's, he is so annoying. I feel like everybody's sitting up there talking about Todrick is the annoying one and nobody likes him. To me, Todrick is tame compared to Joey, who definitely needs all the attention. First of all, he's not a household name. He's somebody, he got all these followers. I ain't never heard of him. And I don't know anybody who's heard of him. So just because you took a couple of pictures with Kylie Jenner don't make you, Beyonce. But go off, sis. I do think there's an audience out there for this type of show. We've seen it time and time again. If you go on YouTube, I keep talking about the Chasing Atlanta, the Chasing LA, the Chasing Reality. That's the whole, Chasing Reality is the whole brand. Then you have the Come Up. Then you have all these other reality shows that are going on that's on YouTube. I was like, if they put the money into giving a Karan Wilson or any of these other people the opportunity to promote their stuff, then I feel like giving these people a platform, the people would watch. They're already getting those big numbers on on YouTube. So why aren't you giving them a leg up instead of putting people who are already known in some sort of way? And the ultimate shade that I want to get to is how y'all brought up, oh my God, what's his name? James, who's married to Jonathan Bennett from Mean Girls. I actually saw James and Jonathan a couple of years ago when I was living in LA. They were at Hamburger Mary's. Sonique was performing, Soki Ganache was there and performing, and I remember they were up in one of the booths, watching the show, and I was on the other side with a friend of mine who was working the event, because he was doing the photography and all that stuff. So I was there, and I saw them, and this is before they got married. So I was aware of James, and yeah, I used to hang out in and I was gonna thank you for reminding me of that. Metaverse Hollywood from Crackle. Now, if y'all want to talk about West Hollywood people, the people on that show are from West Hollywood. I'm aware of Murray Swanby. He definitely flows in the circles of Hollywood. Nick Mask, who y'all, he does photo shoots and he's done a lot of the drag queens from Drag Race. He's done a lot of their music videos and stuff, and he has little OnlyFans, whatever the case is. So yeah, a lot of the people that was on that show, I was aware of. Like I used to see them all the time in West Hollywood. I would see them in Beverly Hills. I would see them in Silver Lake. Like a lot of those circles within that area. Yes, they are about that situation. I don't know why they weren't incorporated in the show. And to me, why didn't you incorporate OnlyFans models? The whole gatekeeping that's going on in our community in regards of trying to keep LGBT people of a certain situation, giving them a platform. I don't like that gatekeeping shit. Like it's very, Hollywood A-list. Like we want stylists and choreographers and social media influencers and people who own, makeup and hair lines, like all the gay stereotypes. Those are the only ones y'all want to give a platform to. But you don't want to incorporate OnlyFans porn stars or porn stars. Look, I just admitted today. I just saw it today. Shout out to Raheem Shabazz. Because someone said he should have been on the show. I was like, they're not going to allow it. If they didn't let, what the hell is his name? Chris Salvatore on the damn show. Yeah, I'm going to get to the screen in a second because this was the read, honey. Which I thought I read that. Oh yeah, I did read that in the beginning when I was being. I said that was a Daily Beast screenshot that we put up, by the way. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I was like, if they're not gonna allow Chris Salvatore to be on the show because he has the OnlyFans, and we know him because he's a singer and he also was on the Eating Out movies, then what makes you think they're gonna let Raheem Shabazz be up on there and upstate that he's actually doing some shit? Unlike some of these other girls. I mean, yeah, he's about I'm dressing Demi Moore. When the last time you've seen Demi Moore in anything? You still dressing her. But shout out to, Brad, he's doing his thing. He's over there on, Drag Race Canada being annoying. And now he's on this show. My thing is, if they're not going to let Chris Salvatore, what makes you think they're going to let Raheem Shabazz on there? And Raheem Shabazz just, I saw this earlier, just got 1 million views or 1 million for a second time. Because the first time he was, and that was a while ago, he had 1 million. Damn, I forgot who the other one is. The Brazilian OnlyFans star that just moved to New York. His name will come to me later on, when I'm off there. But Raheem, he has a harem of hotties, and he makes great content, so it's well deserved. Some people thought it was going to be Max Khan, with him doing all that Wakanda Forever while hunching people in that movie. They still dragging him over that. But that's a whole nother conversation. To stick to this one, to me, OnlyFans models are part of our world. They're a part of our universe. I don't know why we're trying to throw our nose. Oh, there he is. Why we're trying to turn our nose up at the fact that Raheem Shabazz and what he's doing in porn stars, when I've been saying for years, in the gay community, our celebrities, it ain't just Madonna, Beyonce, and all that. Those are the divas. Those aren't the only things that the gays worship. Our celebrities, drag queens, go-go dancers, porn stars. Those are our celebrities. To not include them, who was producing this show? I saw the names, but I did see that tweet where somebody said that they probably in hiding after that episode. But anyway, I'm rambling because I don't want to be spending like a whole hour talking about this shit. But one of the things I did notice, okay, let's get to Todrick, because I know that's probably what y'all want to go in on, because everybody was saying they're not going to watch the show because Todrick's a part of it. Todrick, like I said, was the most tame so far. A lot of them do feel like they're in their own little bubble or whatever, that they're so self-absorbed. They're trying to make the show like Housewives. But the problem with this show versus the Housewives, at least when you watch the Real Housewives, the cast members know each other. There's some sort of a 6 degrees of separation sort of thing that they all kind of interlink and they know each other. When you don't incorporate them into the show, when you just incorporate a bunch of people into a show and they don't really know each other, it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel real. And a lot of the times, a lot of the topics in the show didn't feel authentic. The only thing I felt like I related to was Dorian opening up about having social anxiety while he was at Joey's engagement party. Now, when he was doing it, I said I could totally relate, because when I moved to LA and I had to leave because I couldn't take the fake and the phoniness. But when I was there, the social anxiety that I would always have, and that feeling of just like I would be anxious and I would always be uncomfortable being around a lot of these people that were doing things, but you didn't know exactly what the fuck they were doing, kind of like Joey. It's like, what exactly do you do for a living? I'm an influencer. What exactly do you influence? But you can't even tell me what the hell you do. But you influence and you got a lot of followers. And engaged to a man that looks just like him. That's another thing. This sibling fucking incestuous stuff that y'all do in our community, that's another thing. That's why they keep making them little memes about white people when y'all be getting together with y'all men and they all look alike. That'd be the shade. But wait, there's a petition and clips. Oh, I did see that thing about the ratings, the 20,000 viewers. They said that's a parody site, so I don't know how valid that is. And yeah, Todrick was doing his little apology tour. That's basically what the show felt like. That this is his apology tour show where, he went on sibling rivalry with Monet and Bob and addressed the rumors about the house being rented, not paying his dancers, and the way he played the game on Celebrity Big Brother. He said things, but he didn't really address it. He basically showed Bob and Monet the deed, which they blurred out. So they could have been showing any damn thing and we could just believe it. Um, he really didn't apologize for the way he played the game of Celebrity Big Brother, avoiding the press and all the stuff that he was doing. And, he said that the house is his. But if it is, and then he wasn't paying his dancers, the only time that happened was when he did the hairs, nails, hips, heels, when he asked them to do it for free. I don't think that was the only time that that's happened, but okay. So to me, it was like he wasn't taking account. And then there was this long 9-page apology thing that he did. If I did anything and if I said anything, I apologize. It was cute or whatever. I'll probably read some of y'all what he said. But what I feel is like what I want to do right now. Oh yeah, another thing. I did like the fact that Curtis basically opened up about his struggles of being black and gay in Hollywood. And that is definitely another thing that you got to deal with. Is that when you're black, you're already a minority. When you're gay, that's a double minority. And then on top of that, you're trying to get roles in Hollywood, and Hollywood won't give you opportunities because they feel like, oh, well, you're doing this, so you're about this, so we can't see past this, that, and the third. And that's that overall fear of like why there are a lot of actors who are afraid to come out because we still have this stigma thrown on us. Even though things have changed and we got roles going on, it's still an issue. So let me be quiet. I want to show y'all these clips, and then we're gonna come back because then I want to kind of read y'all some of the pages of what Todrick posted earlier today in his little apology tour. So roll the clips.
Drag Race fans create change.org petition to cancel Real Friends of WeHo.
Normally the show is 90 minutes, but then now because they're on MTV, they've decided they want to cut it down to an hour, which is basically 45 minutes with commercials, because they're trying to make room for this new show that we all know is going to get canceled after 2 damn episodes, The Fake Ass Friends of WeHo. It's gotten so bad at this point that we even have a petition that has been created where they basically want the 90-minute episodes back, and they don't want Real Friends of WeHo to even air after Drag Race. But if you've been listening to a lot of these fans online, they don't care for this show. They don't like Todrick. They don't give a damn about this new damn show coming on. And just because we're all gay, we are not a monolith, and we don't all just lump in and do the same things. So maybe y'all need to find a new night to put that thing on. Bring it back to 90 minutes.
We've got Todrick Hall, an artist who is most well known for dancing around paying his staff. Y'all better be cutting his check straight to his performers, okay? What we don't need is to give gay Ellen another platform while his dancers are still nursing the unpaid bunions.
Oh, we're gonna go into that clip immediately. And he said "gay Ellen." I had a cackle when I heard that. Okay, so let's also play the clip of him on TV and threatening the haters. I think I did see this one recently, or that might be the one I sent earlier. But yeah, let's roll that one too.
Really speak up about these allegations and try and clear your name when it comes to this show.
I don't really have any intentions of trying to clear my name. I just think that I haven't really been given a platform very many times to speak about it.
He has already canceled all of his interviews and has not spoken since he left the house.
Ooh, girl. Todrick Hall canceled all his Celebrity Big Brother interviews after he lost.
That same day, Todrick changed his story.
You say that your role on this show is kind of standing out from everyone else's.
I think that I came into this ensemble with the most controversy, and I think that I had things to prove to myself, things to prove to my castmates. Who cares? that makes me a bad person. I'm sorry. You let me know when you're famous and you're making 10,000 cameo videos, how original each one of yours are, and then we'll have this discussion again. At the end of the day, yes, I've made mistakes. I own up to that. I am not a perfect human, but I'm not going to sit around and let people tear me down, because guess what? You guys might have a big Twitter following, but I have fans too. And up until now, I have not unleashed my fans on anybody, but you're about to find out exactly how my fans feel about you bullying me.
That's on here that people, they were going in, like the critics was brutal. And yeah, for the most part, I don't know. Oh, and I spoke to a friend of mine who was out in LA, who was working the West Hollywood bars. He told me that the posts got so bad, the hate tweets got so bad that they had to turn off the notifications. And this was on Twitter. So the people are hating this show. It's, I don't know. Look, I don't know if it's this Todrick or whatever. I would like to know, y'all, let me know in the comments if y'all did watch. I want to know also out in LA, for those of you who live in West Hollywood, wherever, the bars. I want to know if you were out watching any of the shows if you were watching Drag Race at any of the bars. Let me know if the bars turn the TV off, excuse me, after Drag Race is over, to not give any energy to this show, or did y'all just leave it on the hate watch and they might throw popcorn it whenever Todrick appeared on screen? Because inquiring minds want to know. I definitely want to know. I used to do the whole viewing parties at the bars and stuff. I don't do it anymore. I just watch it at home. I got rid of my cable. It was too damn expensive. So I got Philo, $25 a month. I could watch, Drag Race and all the other shows. So that's how I do it. I don't like the way they set this up. So basically, Todrick said that he said, for the first time ever, MTV has 3 consecutive hours of queer representation, and the gays are creating petitions to get a queer show taken off the air instead of focusing on the other 165 hours of the week when representation is either lacking or non-existent. He says, when our LGBTQ show plus LGBTQ plus. First of all, it's only gays on the damn show, so I don't know why every box is being checked, but I digress. When our little gay show, that's why I'm going to, change up the wording, was announced, you think any pushback would have come from the church or conservatives upset with 3 hours of queer programming on a major network, but a closer look would show you that the call was coming from inside the house. I hate that you used a quote from one of my favorite movies. We fight for acceptance. Yeah, we don't accept our own. We fight for representation, then fight against it when we get it, because it doesn't come in the form we've hoped. So here are my thoughts going into the night and this new chapter of my life. He says, it's a whole bunch of shit that he says. He also talked about how he's an unsigned gay black man who moved to Hollywood for survival mode. He was green. He decided to make, things for himself. He talks about all his accolades and all the hard work. Nobody's denying the amount of hard work that you do. You are an immensely talented person. I'm not going to take that away from Todrick. Todrick is definitely a talented performer. He's a great singer. He definitely tears it up on the dance floor when it comes to the choreography. I feel like a lot of his songs are a little too Broadway for me. It's not giving pop. It's definitely giving Broadway, darling. But to me, child, don't even get me started on this clown. Justin Sylvester had to assert herself. She another one. Now I can see why this queen is good friends with Kyle Richards. Another one that just totally clueless and missed the damn point. It's about gay culture. It's to judge a gay show before the show even premieres. Let's change that today. The more we support each other, the more space we make for other gay creators, personalities, and producers. This is true, that if we support good programming, then it'll keep the thing going. But I'm not going to support some shit just so that way we don't get a moment. If it's horrible, it's horrible. So, and then he also talked, and then Todrick also talked about how hard it is to be gay and black, whatever. And he also said MTV would not ask RuPaul to cut her Emmy award-winning hit on addressing the whole Drag Race edits down to an hour on its 15th season to accommodate our little 6-episode show. These decisions are made months in advance, and even after our 6 episodes are up, you won't be getting 90-minute episodes. Let's practice fact-checking things before we start creating petitions that show they are giving queer people on off-camera job opportunities. So he's saying all of this because because of all the controversy that this show is being blamed. I don't blame the real gays of the messy gays of WeHo. I can never remember this damn name for the show. The messy homos of WeHo. I don't blame them for what's happening with Drag Race. That's MTV. You know, the network where things go to die. So MTV, I don't understand how you grab a show just to chop it down to an hour. We don't get the deliberations. The runways are heavily edited, and we don't really get those moments where the queens are in the room getting ready with their, you know, with them beating their face, and they're giving us, you know, that little personal inside look into their lives. That's what we want. We want those moments. Now, if y'all want to cut down some of the acting challenges and all other shit, y'all can do that. First of all, I hate watching when we're seeing the girls, they're taking too long with the girls being, with their horrible acting and the jokes and all other shit. I don't care about that. If you kind of took a more of a Project Runway approach and coming in was like, have Rue come in, because I missed that with Snatch Game. Snatch Game was a hot mess too. Don't even get me started on that shit. Snatch Game, when you had Rue come in, it's like, okay, so who are you playing on this? So we didn't get that. We don't even get the deliberations anymore. It's like, we get, you know, they judge them when they're out there on the stage, and that's it. And then the show's over. So I don't like what they're doing with this season. I feel like MTV is really fucking up this show. And quite frankly, excuse me, I don't know if this show's gonna, the way that MTV is handling, I don't know if RuPaul's Drag Race is gonna last long. The way they're looking at it is they're trying to use RuPaul's Drag Race as a way for this show to ride its coattails to rating success. And it's like, y'all do know we got fingers. If we don't want to watch something, we'll change the channel. And they think they slick by putting this show in between Drag Race and Untucked. Quiet as it's kept, I know when I used to go to bars and watch Drag Race, I never sat and watched. They never put Untucked on. When Drag Race was done, it was done. First of all, it's a Friday night. One of the busiest, Friday, Saturday night, everybody knows the busiest nights for nightclubs. So they're not trying to hold, 4-hour Drag Race or gay viewing parties. They got DJs to pay. People are coming in, happy hour's about to be over. They got to take the tables and chairs and move them so they can, clear the floor so that way people can either migrate if they don't have a cabaret license. If they do have a cabaret license, they get to get on the dance floor and start dancing. So I think a lot of these people who's doing this show, MTV, y'all missed the mark. I don't think y'all realize what y'all doing. And I don't see this show lasting. And I feel like if you want to do a show, like I said, to wrap this up, and I done spent damn near 40 minutes talking about it. If you want to do a show based around gay people who are in the entertainment industry doing shit, be it they're trying to use this to launch a brand or whatever the case is, pick people that actually we want to watch and not annoying people who are self-absorbed. That's not entertaining. I don't care about a guy arguing with someone else, because this Joey guy just shows how immensely insecure he is. He showed that throughout the episode. They made fun of me when I was little because I'm fat. I gained 10 pounds, so I'm fat. And I'm like, girl, are you serious with this vapid bullshit? You supposed to feel sorry for her? You supposed to cry for this Argentina? Whatever. So, I'm sorry, MTV, you missed the mark with this show. The people have spoken. They're not going to support it. I tried to give it, I tried to go in with an open mind. But I didn't create the show, so I don't have control over whether or not the people going to watch. And the people done spoke, and they said this shit is a piece of shit. So, good luck to y'all. And if y'all want to read the rest of the stuff regarding Todrick and what he said, y'all can go on my Instagram at @TheChrisAvalon. You can also go on my Facebook. I posted it there. So you can definitely go there and you can read exactly what he said. Or you can go to his website because he put it up. I do think, you know what, because we talk so damn much,